Good morning. I'm Yailis. I'm a freshman at Dobbins High School, and my shop is graphic design. I'll be reciting my speech, My Philadelphia, My Future. I come before you today to discuss a topic that is often ignored, along with the people who suffer from it. As adults, it is your job to instruct and guide us onto the right path, not obstruct us from it. As adults, it is your job to not only feed our stomachs, but our minds as well. As adults, it is your job to make sure that when you're gone, we're able to fend for ourselves and make a difference in this world. You all say this world needs to change, but what are you doing to make a difference? And if you choose to feed us, would you give us something fresh or something rotten and toxic? Philadelphia is children things that are not apt for their still maturing minds. The mind of a child is like a sponge, it absorbs everything it possibly can. The negative things children see in the street, media platforms, and even in their own home are things that can stick with them forever, affecting them in the long term. The article Children in the Media from the National Center for Biotechnology Information stated that from many studies, it was concluded that since the psychosocial aspect of a child is still developing, media has a very profound influence during this stage. Television plays a very big role in children's development because of its easy and often unrestricted access. They say that if a child today continues to watch television at the same rate over a lifetime, they would have spent about 7 years watching television by age 70. It's also said that with prolonged viewing, the world shown on television becomes a child's reality, shaping who they are as a person. This time could be spent teaching our children how to lead, how to care, and how to be inclusive, rather than overexposing them to conflict, pain, and grief in the media. When children turn out the way they do, you question how and why, forgetting that they were in your care before they changed. When they turn out the way they do, you always say that they're your beast of burden, once again failing to realize that you created it. These are our future leaders, and with all that has been going on, I know you all crave for a change. As a city of brotherly love, shouldn't we Philadelphians teach our future generations just that? Shouldn't we teach them the love and unity that we're known for? Our city is suffering so much because of crime and hate, and all the little ones are brought up with firsthand experiences that mark their minds and hearts forever. It's become a normality for a child to have explosives, tears, and yelling, lulling them to sleep. Yet despite your longing for a better community, you do nothing to manipulate yours and our future. You see and allow all this negativity and toxicity to enter their minds, with making little to no effort in conserving their innocence. What is done as adults is certainly out of your control. But what was and is done right now in your home is under your control. I've started by limiting my media consumption, taking spare time to indulge myself in more beneficial activities, such as art, exercise, writing. I also organize time for all household members to come together. You have the choice of raising someone who's going to change yours and their future, or you can just raise another man in the street. What will you choose, Philly? Writing made me who I am. Since I was born in New Jersey, but I moved to Philadelphia at a really young age. So my entire life was based here. I've grown up here, all my friends, my family, this is my home. And as many other children in Philadelphia, we grew up seeing a lot of things, hearing a lot of things, and it just makes a lot of us mature way too quickly. It kind of presses us a lot. And a lot of people grow up like that. But what makes the difference is whether they have an outlet for that, whether they have a way to control it. And I'm thankful because I did. Since I was little, I always loved reading and writing. It really helped me indulge myself in my own little world, and it helped me just escape all of the bad stuff that was going on around me. And as I got older, it became a really bigger part of my life because I began to get more conscious of my surroundings, of all of the issues around me, and a lot of hardships that I went through throughout my personal life. And writing was always there. It was always something that I could do. I could just pick up that pencil and nothing else around me would matter. And until I put that pencil down, it was like another universe. And I really think that that's what makes the big difference, because that people with trauma like that, people who have lived through a lot of hardships, who weren't able to find a way to channel all of that energy, are usually the people we see out on the news, in the jail cells, all of that. And then we grow up with the worry of, am I next? If I walk out this door, is my face going to be on that screen? And I think that having an activity where you can just channel all of that energy, where you can just forget this toxic world we live in and just be happy even for a moment, is really important.
Okay, thank you, Yailis. That was amazing. Now introducing my co-host.
Hang on, sorry to interrupt here, but Yailis, are you okay to take some questions?
Yeah, of course.
So anyone in the audience, if you have any questions, let her have it.
I have a question. Indy, can you hear me?
You can go right ahead.
Okay, great. Hi, Yailis. This is Eric Marsh from WHYY. I really loved what you wrote and what you shared, and particularly the piece, challenging adults to do better. What, in your opinion, is one, excuse me, what, in your opinion, is one thing that adults get wrong about young people, and what would you like to do better? One specific thing.
Some adults, a lot actually, a lot of parents kind of let their children go and kind of independendize them really quickly. Because, I mean, we understand that parents do have busy lives, especially working parents. But there's still that responsibility of you taking care of your child, of you sitting down to listen to your child when they have issues. And a lot of kids grow up feeling blocked off from their parents because they don't have that connection to be able to sit down with their parents and say, I'm struggling with this. This is hurting me. And I think that's something that we can really work on.
Excellent. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
There's one chat. What advice do you have for the media to do better? Really, the way that they filter everything, because we all know the algorithm for the media is what you like personally. And I mean, that's good because you're seeing things that you're into, but you're not exposing yourself to other positive issues. You're not seeing things that other people are saying. You're not hearing different people's opinions. You're constantly hearing the same opinion as yourselves. And that kind of creates a closed-minded concept because you're just constantly seeing what you like. You're not exposed to what other people like. And I think that's something that the media could do way better.
I have one question, Yailis. I know you a little bit. So, Yailis, you're a 9th grader. You came in 2nd in the All Philadelphia Oratorical Contest, performing against seniors and juniors from schools all over the city. What was that experience like for you, especially as a 9th grader and in the space?
It's the first time I was involved in something like this, and it was citywide. So ever since I started, with the help of my ELA teacher, we kind of worked together through that process. And I was just so nervous throughout the entire thing, because when they started posting like all of the videos on the website, I just saw all these amazing people who were older. They had more experience. They had a better way of wording everything. And I was just sitting there like, wow, I'm in between all of these people. That's amazing. And it was really shocking when they pulled up the screen on the live and it said my name right in 2nd place, right under a senior in high school. And it was just so cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If anybody else has any questions, Yailis, if you see any questions in the chat you want to answer, please feel free. If you don't, please let me know.